Let's get a medical perspective on the promise of stem cell research.
That is right. Dr. Warren Volker has a PhD in biochemistry and biology, and he works at University Medical Center, and he came out of surgery just to be on our program this evening, and we appreciate that. What did you think of the president's remarks and his decision this evening?
I thought it was an impressive decision. He supports stem cell research, but he also satisfies the people that believe that where stem cells come from at the sacrifice of embryos is also a very good decision that he made. So he supports it, but on the other hand, he satisfies those opposed because embryos are sacrificed.
Can you explain exactly what stem cells are?
Stem cells are derived from embryos, and embryos are the product of fertilization of an egg from a mother and a sperm from a father. The embryo, once fertilized, starts to divide, and it divides over and over, and those are the stem cells. And at a certain point, those stem cells become differentiated into different parts that can become of anybody's body. But they're very unique in the fact that they can become anything at any type of tissue at a certain point.
Dr. Volker, Jeff Gillen here at The Sun, thank you very much for coming in tonight. As you heard President Bush tonight, the federal money will be limited to the 60 existing stem cell lines that exist at different banks around the world. Are we missing any opportunities here, in your opinion, limiting just to the 60 existing lines, or would that produce enough stem cells to be sufficient for whatever uses we may need?
Well, I think what it does, it allows for the research to continue on already what is in effect. I think it is limited to the fact that we can only do research now on those 60 lines of cells. And unfortunately, there were potential for other developments of other disease processes that we won't be able to move forward until that is changed.
Now, of course, this only applies to federal money, but private money could come in here and also augment this, right?
Absolutely, and I believe that's what will happen. Private dollars will play a big role in this, and as the 60 stem cell that are being researched now show more promise and the technology gets more refined, I'm sure that private dollars will be available, and I'm sure that that will go forward.
And where are we in terms of this research? We saw in Elizabeth Cohen's story there that they used these stem cells to make the rats walk again. Where are we in terms of using it for human purposes? Are any human experiments taking place right now?
There are limited, and in fact in Denver there's research going on for spinal cord injury. There's also in diabetes and Parkinson's disease. It's being experimented right now in humans in a very limited fashion. So we're very close to finding out if this really is going to play out. The rat is a good model, and I believe that also going to carry forward within probably the next 2 to 5 years in human.
And I wanted to just get your opinion of, we had a story earlier this week about human cloning. A lot of people are concerned that these stem cells will be used for human cloning. Can you explain to our viewers the relationship between the two?
The relationship is the fact that you're using embryos, and the stem cell research is related to the cloning. And so because the fact that we're using infertility and we're using embryos is somewhat confusing, there is some crossover that goes on, and I think that's where it gets confusing. The researchers that are researching on stem cells are not doing necessarily cloning. They're looking specifically at stem cells for therapy and treatment and development of other tissues. The cloning people are actually using the embryos to clone a total person.
Doctor, if you look down the road and if this indeed pan out, is it as simple as just someone getting an injection of stem cells? I mean, is that inevitably what this would be?
Well, actually, that's what's been shown. These stem cells, again, come right from the embryo. If they're treated with certain chemicals and certain messengers so that they have a priming effect, if you will, they can be injected to the area of damage. Those stem cells adhere to that area of damage and are sent signals from the host body to start dividing and regenerate. And it's essentially as simple as that.
Wow, what an amazing development. Dr. Warren Volker, thank you very much for coming in tonight. We appreciate it.
Thank you.